I came here to study the history of Solstheim, but it's the Skald who
Are the
intrigue me
potatoes
most.
ready for eating? I want to roast them with some onions.
Be patient, my friend. The crop doesn't grow faster as it appears to crowd the stomach.
Why have you never taken a wife, Baldur?
Because I already have a wife, and I wouldn't want to make her jealous.
Oh, and what is her name, this secret wife of yours?
Her name is Forge. I'll be silent before she hears you and becomes angry.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
of the Rieklingskuvad.
I never said it would be, but either way, we have to try. Whether we succeed or not, it'll stir up some of the old blood in this.
If you hear about the Reeklings, just tread quietly around my sister.
Ready.
Then train them. What are we doing here? We should either get used to staying here, or be preparing to retake the hall. You're having us do neither, and I can't stomach it.
But your stomach isn't my problem. We'll act when I say we do, and not before.
Well, you'd better say something. And soon.
Thanks for taking that thing down. We're supposed to be warriors, not crafters. What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The mead
just wanted to
hall,
make sure
up
you
there
were
on the
all
hill. We were...
It's not your fault.
Some
There were too
Rieklings
many.
have taken it
Nobody
over.
could have known. You don't have to live like this now, though.
So,
With tenacity and numbers.
What do you
It
mean?
didn't help that we'd grown a
we're not
little
going
too
to be
comfortable
lounging
up
around
there.
the hall anymore.
Too much
So you'll
mead,
have to be a little more
too many
discreet.
stories,
Can't make me
too
down
few
here.
battles.
I hadn't really thought.
Are you offering
I'm
to
still
help?
hoping we can go home.
Some new blood should be enough to
This
rouse
is
these
all
layabouts to actually
Start
fight
living.
again. Well, let's move then. Hey, you...
I never said it would be, but either way, we have to try. Whether we succeed or not, it'll stir up some of the old blood in this crowd.
I'm not going to lead them to their deaths if they aren't ready.
Then train them. What are we doing here? We should either get used to staying here, or be preparing to retake the hall. You're having us do neither, and I can't stomach it.
But your stomach isn't my problem. We'll act when I say we do, and not before.
Well, you'd better say something. And soon.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's shoddy construction. Glad not to be working on that thing anymore.
What now?
I just wanted to...
It's colder down here. I don't like the cold.
It's not your fault. There were too many of them. Nobody could have known.
Don't you see, though?
We just keep waiting for Bujal to say the word.
I'd rather make mead than ugly shrines.
Unworthy
You
because
did
of
good
that
getting
vow.
us away from there.
You don't have to live like this now, though.
Unless you're ready to go fight those things, just leave.
I wouldn't be at Thirsk if I wasn't. These days I focus a little more on the creature comforts of the
sorry
hall,
if
though.
I was
The
hard on you
food,
before.
the drink, the stories.
You don't have to apologize.
It
to
drives
me.
Kuvar
Just
mad,
pull
but
yourself out of
someone
this and
has to
let's
do it,
find
or
a
the
home.
place would be a
Either
little
here or
cold.
there. Doesn't matter to me.
We'll figure something out. And I'll get better.
I make it,
I promise.
drink it, I share it with
No, you
friends.
won't.
Ha!
But I'll love
Thirsk
you
didn't
anyway.
always make its own mead. No, we used to get by on shipments from Skyrim. But those gold grubbers at the East Empire Company started charging more than their share for bringing it over. We still buy what we have to, but I make as much as I can. Well, the easy answer, of course. Mead! Actually, now that I think of it, I have been missing the Ashfire. It's a special brew that we make at Thirsk. If you could somehow get up there and grab a bottle, I'd be a long way towards forgetting how miserable it is down here. Until next time.
If you're
for
here
taking
about the
that thing
Weaklings,
down.
just
We're
tread
supposed to
quietly
be
around my
warriors,
sister.
not crafters.
I hadn't planned on it. Need my
That
help?
depends on who you ask.
No, but you need
I
to come
fight,
on
I
the
protect the
hunt more
hall,
than
I
we
bring in
need you
meat.
on the hunt.
And I think I could take on most of the tree lovers up in the Skull Village.
How are
But
you
because I'd
holding up?
rather drink a mug of meat at night
rough
instead
out
of
here,
training until I
but I'm
drop,
getting by.
Kuvar calls me a
Not
layabout.
everyone was built for
Wish
this
he would
kind
just
of life.
lighten up.
There's no shame in that.
I can handle it.
You don't know the
Wish
half
there
of
was
it.
more meat is all.
Bujel's just embarrassed, I think. Doesn't help that her husband is one of the loudest complainers. She's always been quick to shame. Kuvar. He thinks we've all gotten a little too soft. I can see what he means looking at Elmas, but the rest of us still have our edge. At least, I think so. And don't tell Elmas I said that.
Yeah,
A new batch
Good
of the
to
Ashfire
finally
should
be
be ready
getting
for
some
bottling
sleep
soon.
at night.
Unless
Things
the
are bad
Weaklings
enough
use
without
it for
everyone
bath.
around.
Glad to
dealing with
not be
death.
working on that ugly thing anymore. Finally getting some sleep. We brought ourselves out here, along with our shame. We used to be proud warriors of Thirsk Mead Hall, there, up on the hill. But we
Not
let
everyone
that
was
sweet
built
life
for
get
this
the
kind of
better
life.
of us.
There's no shame
We
in
grew
that.
soft and
I can handle it. Just wish there was more meat as well.
Reeklings. Those filthy vermin. They came in numbers. Waves of the things. One at a time. They're pests. But with this many. And so here we are, out of our home. Do you know of the Skull? A long time ago, a man named Hrothmund left the Skull to form his own tradition. Warriors in the wild, living like the Nords of old. They would hunt, they would fight, and the mightiest among them would rise up as leader. But those days are behind us now. All right then.
I don't
It's
even
colder
want to
down
think
here.
about what those
I don't like the cold.
creatures are doing with my fires.
Got any meat?
If
All right,
it just came on so quickly. Until next.
Yes, this camp is small, but it's all we have left.
Bujel feels so guilty
just keep
about
waiting
what
for
happened.
Bujel to say.
Try not to provoke her.
Come to mock our shame like the others? What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The mead hall, up there on the hill. Some Reeklings have taken it over. With tenacity, too much mead, too many are you. Some new blood should be enough to rout. Well, let's move them. Hey, you lazy milk drinkers, get over here. I know you're all starting to settle in here and keep up the fat lives you've got used to up in the hall. But look here, this outsider has more fire than any of you. All I had to do was mention our little infestation, and he volunteered in a second. I don't
It's
want to
colder
have my
down
spirit
here.
outstripped by some
I don't
wanderer.
like the cold.
So let's get up there and kill us some Reeklings. Ah, that was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling? Ah, that was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling? Good to hear. In fact, that's just the spirit I'll need from my second. Do you want to come with me? My second. If we're going to take up residence here again, I need to get the blessing of Rothmund again. I'll need a witness and, well, you see the kind of horker brains I deal with around here. What do you say? Well, let's not waste time talking about it then.
It's colder down here. I don't like the cold.
Huh? We just keep waiting for Bujal to say the
Don't
word.
worry
A lot
about
of work
me.
to do around this place.
You and Bujold should
We'll
get
clean
up
up
to the
here.
barrow.
You go
I'm
with
going to
Bajol.
stay here.
It's colder
and check
down
on-
here. I don't like...
Are you ready to go inside? The burial place of Rothmund, who founded Thirsk. He brought a group of true warriors away from the soft life of the Skal to know the wilderness, to feel the sting of cold and of steel. I know that sounds a little silly. It's just the way it's written in the books, and that phrase has always stuck with me. It's pretty simple. Rothmund's axe is in there with him. Anyone who attempts to take hold of it has their spirit judged by Rothmund himself. No, nothing like that. He doesn't need to battle us to know us. He's always watched over Thirsk and sees us from beyond. And in my case, since he's already deemed me worthy, it will just be a matter of him remembering why he blessed me before. Really, all you need to do is watch. Let's not waste any time then.
Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. I'm glad you're here with me.
There it is. So I just need to take hold of it.
You seek my blessing for the leadership of Thirsk Hall?
I do. It is I, Bujold. You blessed me in the past, and now I've rid the Hall of Reeklings and returned it to its rightful owners.
And well it is that this has happened. But I have always watched, and know that it was your softness that led to your own exile. You
No,
allowed your fellow warriors to grow weak, while the dangers around you mounted.
Then, the leadership is not mine?
No, nor is there any among you fit to serve. For a band in the wilderness, it is better to have no leader than a poor one.
That was a little embarrassing. Ashamed, but I guess that was the point. I need to return to Thirsk. No matter what Rothmund says, we need a leader, and I'm still the best person for that. Look what's happened to us so far under his watchful eye. He gave his blessing to all the leaders who brought us to this point. Anyway, he's dead and we're alive. It's time to begin a new tradition for Thirsk, and I'm going to do that. All I need is for you to back me up. You don't even need to lie. Just don't tell anyone else what you heard here. I was afraid you might say that. Well, looks as though I'll have to prove my mettle against you now.
You're fine. From?
How do things go out there? Where is Bejeweled? Are you serious? How did she take it? Ah, I see. I hope she fought well. Did Rothmund recognize anyone else? Was it you? Is that why? Well then, I'll do my best to keep the Hall together until that day comes. Now look, I understand you were just defending yourself, and because you helped us retake the Hall, I'll look past it this once. But I wouldn't show my face in here again if I were you. Do we understand each other? Well, next time. How do things go out there? Where is Bejeweled? Are you serious? Ah, well then. Now look, but I wouldn't show my face in here again. See that you do.
Need something?
Have you tried any of the meat I brought out of storage? It still tastes all right to me, but...
There are more important things than mead, Elmas.
I know, I wanted...
I'm sorry. The mead, it is good.
You like it?
Don't push, son. Keep away from me.
Can't talk much, I'm afraid. There's a lot of work to do still, getting this place back up and running. Kuvar isn't enough to frighten me off. He makes a lot of noise, but at the end of the day, he wants what we all want. Peace and a warm drink. Enough for now, but I'll either need to get some more barrels or start importing more if we're going to make it through next winter. Last thing you want is the mead to run out just as the fire dies. We lost most of the batches we had brewing before those things were here. One is just ready to take its turn, though, and it's about time to add some of the flavorings. You can't find them on Solstheim, but if you find yourself back in Skyrim, I wouldn't mind you bringing some juniper berries. They add a different kind of sweetness. Tart, makes the flavor more round.
You, what do you want?
Don't want to talk to the likes of you.
You ever tried hunting with no sleep under you? It wasn't pretty. Now I can rest properly, it should all be going better. To tell you the truth, I've been a little distracted. I've got this idea. I want to make a reminder, so we never forget what happened the last time we got soft. I want to ring the whole hall with their little spears, mocking us from the past, making us work harder, fight better. The only problem is, I'm gonna need a lot of spears. A lot. So if you could find a bunch of them for me, that would make it easier. Yeah,
We have nothing to say to each
I won't
other.
be here much longer.
There's a lot of work to do still, getting this place back up and running.
Just warming up a bit here, before I head out and take some revenge on those Reeklings.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, the place.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Unless you can help, leave us in peace.
So, what do you plan on doing?
What do you mean?